Welcome to What Am I Looking At, a podcast from the Department of Art and Design at Arkansas State University. My name is Dr. Catherine Baker, and I'm a professor specializing in the history of medieval and early modern art. Throughout this series, each presenter will be giving you insight into works of art from across history that are in some way unusual, sometimes strange, sometimes hard to understand. So let's get to today's dive into the visual world on your radio. A surprising resident of the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts is an intricately carved sculpture of a fabulously dressed man who cradles his own severed head. With slightly open eyes starting to sink into his skull, the hands of this miraculously upright figure gently cradle his detached neck and an elaborate triangular headdress, a mitre, that identifies the individual's status as a bishop. So what in the world are we looking at? Who is this, and how did he get into such a state? The figure represented here is none other than Saint Denis, the patron saint of France. The first bishop of Paris, he is considered to be one of the early missionaries of Christianity to the then pagan Gaul. Sometime during the 200s, he and two companions were executed by Roman troops for being a little too successful in their conversion attempts. The deed took place on the Mount of Mars via beheading, first the companions and then Saint Denis himself. A site known today as Montmartre, Denis then performed one last miracle by picking up his decapitated head and carrying it approximately 3.5 miles to the current site of his namesake church, preaching all the way. The Abbey Church of Saint Denis would eventually cement its place in the history of art as the location where Gothic architecture was born in the 12th century, under the leadership of Abbot Suger. In part, the renovation in this innovative style was to create a more spectacular space for the saint's relics. A major site of pilgrimage, Denis' body was thought to work miracles, particularly for diabolical possessions and, rather amusingly, headaches. In addition to healing properties, the saint was also associated with secular power, as Denis' church had been a site of royal burial since the 7th century. Although he lost his own battle to keep his head, Denis was understood as a great protector of France, and riding into battle under the oriflamme, a banner that hung over his tomb and legend said got its red color from being dipped in his blood, would allow that army to conquer without losses. This power associated with the saint can be understood in the image at the VMFA, which was carved in France during the 15th century. While we can clearly tell he's not long for this world, eyes seemingly ready to close for one last time, his strength remains. Denis stands erect, his costume perfectly positioned. Carved in a way to make us imagine gems and elaborate embroidery across its surface, the beauty of the robes speaks to his untouchable position as a representative of the Most High, a powerful protector to the country in which he was martyred. What Am I Looking At is provided by KASU in collaboration with the Department of Art and Design at A-State. Stay tuned next week for another exploration of art over your airwaves.